how that would happen. Okay. So we are now recording. Welcome to our little casual meetup where we're just going to talk about what Beachbody coaching is. Myself and Jessica have been really talking about getting this a little bit more frequent for our team. So we always have this one call that's about Beachbody coaching at the first Sunday of every month. It's kind of formal. It's really great. It's really informative. But we thought, you know what? Like, let's try to get on the calendar for April. And we planned all of this at the beginning of March. For March and April, let's get all of these things on the calendar for coach calls, and new coach started getting right. And then the coronavirus hit. And we were like, can we still do this? And we were like, let's just make it way more casual. So Jessica has been doing some other really great brainstorming that is really going to be super helpful for those that do want to work their Beachbody business, that maybe haven't worked it in the past, or maybe they're just now starting, or maybe they haven't even started as a coach, but they just want to try it out. So she's got some really great things on that. So I'm Tamara. I've been a coach since May of 2015. My husband has been a coach with me since May of last year. That's like been our main thing that we've done. We are very, very grateful, but we're really just passionate about letting people know the simplicity that Beachbody has brought into our lives in terms of fitness and nutrition. And I think that that's why Beachbody has worked well for us. So Jess, share a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, hi guys. My name is Jessica Larson. I have been a coach with Beachbody. I like to say a working coach for 2.5 years, because prior to that, for 2 years, I was what we call the discount coach, because I didn't think coaching was for me. I was a nurse in the ER. I had found my dream job. I wasn't looking for anything else. And through the community, which we're going to talk about in a second, I really just discovered my heart was in this. I was born to be a coach. I loved every bit of what we do. It really fell in the line of nursing more from a preventative medicine side. So from the ER, the crazy, the jump around, never knowing what you're getting, adrenaline junkie, which I totally am, to this, I really got to help people and prevent people from going into the ER and establish these healthy routines and behaviors. And better yet, I got to carry it into the family. So it wasn't just one person I was impacting, it was the parents, and they were setting a better example for their kids, because our society really does have a problem with health in general, and it's not just us adults, it's the kids too. So trying to change that generation. So that's kind of my story. I'm a mom, like I said, born and raised in Alaska. We recently moved to Minnesota, and I truly feel like I've just hit the jackpot with finding 2 careers that I genuinely love, and I feel like I was literally made for. So I'll jump right into community. Like I mentioned, the community side to this, you guys, I think from the outside, if you have never seen or heard of Beachbody, you may see people share things and you probably will scroll past their feed and you'll be like, yeah, right, that's fake. That can't be real. The energy can't be that good. These people can't be that caring. They can't be that much fun. They are all of the above, I promise. I was a tomboy. I totally grew up with the boys, hunting, fishing. I didn't have a big group of girlfriends, and men can be in Beachbody too, as Tamara said. But I just found that plugging in with this group of people not only inspired me to be the most consistent with my own journey, they reminded me to slow down. Remember that ER crazy nurse thing? Go, go, go. They really reminded me to stop and make sure that I was on that to-do list of things to do. And we do socials like this because we genuinely care about people. It's not just about the workouts. It's not just about nutrition, health, and I could go on and on forever, but we're going to try to keep this condensed. Health is so much more than that. And this part socially and mentally plugging into this part of it has forever changed my life. And it's truly what drew me from the discount coach into the working side of coaching, was that challenge group and that community. So I guess that's probably, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just like some of the stuff that like we're even doing this week. So Jessica has the virtual PE for kids that she's doing ever since, you know, this all happened. And then tomorrow we've got this really great virtual workout that we get with a super trainer as a surprise super trainer. Only like 3 of us know who it's going to be. And right before that, me and my closer like our coaches that Neil and I signed up, we're going to meet up and do an energize pregame. So we're going to drink our Energize and we're going to just like chat for a minute because we just haven't seen each other for a while. There's so much goodness from our upline teams that bring stuff to our community that allow us to invite people. Sometimes our uplines are able to get some super calls and we can actually ask them questions. So like, it's really cool when you really start to do that. And then you have that smaller side too that Jessica was talking about, where you get to have like these smaller group chats just like this. I mean, right before we all started, we were all talking just all about our lives and where we're at. And I mean, we're talking about like all sorts of things from where we live to beer. So it's just, it just really is having that community of people where you really do just focus on each other's health, but also you're real about things. And then the vision behind this, so we're kind of leading in from community into vision. Really the vision behind Beachbody is to help people live healthy and fulfilling lives. And that goes, and of course that starts, just like Jessica said, that starts by taking care of yourself. She was busy ER nurse and had to find that balance. Myself as a mom, I know a lot of moms face this too, and Jessica, you face this too, where we can put our kids first. You can do that at every single level. When they're a teeny tiny baby and they literally need you and your body to be their sole protector, to when they're in school and you're doing so many activities with them. And so it's just, no matter what stage you're at, you still have to remember that you have to put yourself, as a little bit of a priority. And I think that that's just one of the beautiful things that Beachbody does. And it's not in this, it's in a really great, beautiful way that it's done. Not a, I'm first and nobody else matters. That's definitely not what it's about. The vision of Beachbody, helping people live healthy and fulfilling lives. That's what I saw. So I actually joined in as a coach because I kept seeing all of these people that were on that social media that Jessica mentioned I was like, BS, that's not real. Like, that cannot be real. These people can really not be that happy. Nobody likes their job. This is ridiculous. But I wanted a job in fitness and nutrition. I wanted it. But I didn't want to go back to school. I looked into the certifications for personal training, group fitness, nutrition, and I was like, I don't want to go back to school. Like, I didn't have that desire. What I actually found with Beachbody is you kind of do go back to school. You go back to personal development school, which is a school that probably none of us have ever been to, and yet you're getting paid to go back to it. So that's just one of the beautiful things that I think is amazing about Beachbody, is that whole, like, that vision to help you live a healthy and fulfilling life. Really just, it just improves your life. It improves your family's life, and it can improve your friends and family's life if you choose to let it be a part of theirs by just letting them know that it's there and it's an option, and they say, yeah, I'll try that out. Jess, do you have anything else that you want to?
I want to second the vision. For me, one of the big eye-opening things is having worked for a hospital, which is health-based. I will tell you, this is so different. My first summit, which is our big annual conference where all of us coaches get to go, it's a blast. I'm hoping July still happens.
Working Casey, by the way, we're not trying to ignore y'all.
It was very eye-opening to me what the foundation of what our company is. We are all independent coaches. So I like to say I'm literally the CEO of my own business, but I'm backed by this amazing supportive team that our philosophy is very much the same. Oops, sorry, there's echo. Okay, sorry. Our philosophy of, or at least my vision, when I heard our CEO Carl talk at Summit, it was just like instantly, I feel you. Like, your heart is in this for the right reasons. And there's so many things that I could say about that. But for me, when I heard, the foundation of when he created Beachbody and when they created the coaching aspect of it, he didn't just create this avenue as a multi-level marketing, like, it's not a scam, it's a real deal. And if he was just about putting more money in the business side or in their pocket, they would have never distributed out. If you go online and you just go to click to Beachbody and you sign up like the many people that are doing right now, you get distributed out to a coach. And the reason they do that, and I hear this literally from Carl himself, is because they know statistically you're going to be more consistent for the long haul with your personal health. It's not just in it for a quick fix. Our health is not a quick fix. And so he loves to connect all those that are reaching for help with a coach, because they know coaches, statistically, we run challenge groups. We run a community that's here to help you with all aspects of what you need and to keep you going for the long haul. Great, you lose the 10 pounds that you want, but you got to maintain it. So that was really eye-opening from the nursing perspective, from where my heart is as coaching. When I heard the CEO say that, it was like, wow, he's not just in it to put money in the pocket. Like, yes, there's a whole statistic to the backing of our company. We're a very stable, strong company, but I believe that truly is because of what our mission is.
Yeah, Beachbody is a multi-million-dollar company with zero debt. And that doesn't just happen by chance. And I love, Jessica just mentioned too, there's a lot of people right now that are signing up for Beachbody because they need some hope. They want some hope. They need something. They've heard of it. They know that it's there for them right now. And so I think it just goes to show that, and I think a lot of people are going to realize, like, oh, even if I go back to my gym, I still have this amazing coach that wants to connect with me. And that's helping me with my nutrition, and I can still do these workouts on the days I'm not there. So I think a lot of people are starting to see that even more. But even without everything that's gone on, Beachbody has still been an amazing company. It's been amazing at helping people really transform the way that they look at food and their relationship with food, the way that they look at fitness and their relationship with fitness. I used to think that I had to run and then I had to work out with lifting weights all on the same day. And I still see some, like the people in my old fitness community that do that. And it breaks my heart because I'm like, that's really not what you have to do to get results. And then they're showing like what they're eating. And I'm like, that is not enough. And so I'm just very grateful for Beachbody. For everything that it's taught me nutrition and fitness wise. Cause I know from when I see that, I'm like, I can help you if you're not getting the results. Like I can truly feel comfortable saying that I can help somebody. And if it wasn't for Carl opening this up, because it really just started with message board threads. It was like people that were in, old day, like when instant messaging was a thing. That was like what it was. It was like people were on this Beachbody website, instant messaging each other about their P90X program. And Carl was kind of like, I think that the people that are messaging each other are getting better results than all these other people that bought stuff that aren't messaging each other. And they started to take track and notice of it. And they realized all the people that are connecting with each other are getting results. We need to do something about this. And that's how the company was formed. So I think that's just really cool, what we do. And Jessica, I think you were going to talk, because we kind of just flew from like vision to business, like our notes right here. Income. Opportunity, income potential. I think Jessica's just a really great. I got into this because I wanted a job. So like we have totally different stories, Jessica and I love when Jessica shares her story. So I want to take it over.
So like I mentioned, you guys, I fell in love with the community side. I did enroll because I fell in love with Shakeology. I was the one that they proved wrong. I was like, I don't need a protein shake. Little did I know, 2 weeks into it, I was like, I legit feel the difference. So let me look at what are these ingredients. And then I kind of went a little nerdy and I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. It's not just protein. That's why I feel the difference. So I was like, wait, you mentioned I could save some money on this stuff because I don't like to pay full price for anything. I'm a total bargain shopper. So that's kind of how I fell into the discount coaching thing. I wanted to save 25%. So 2 years of that, when I started running groups, I loved the challenge group, and I knew that if I wasn't in one, I wasn't as consistent with myself. I didn't put myself on the front lines. And so I just recreated that. Again, I wasn't thinking this was coaching because I'd never listened to a business opportunity. My dear friend had tried to approach me multiple times. I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. So I created a community. People were coming to me. They were trusting me because I was genuinely sharing what I was doing. And I did know about the link that I could share with people. And I had set up my online direct deposit, like as my coach told me to when I first started. And all of a sudden I looked at my bank and insert disclaimer, what you put into the, you have it memorized, but basically what I say.
No level of success from the coach Team Beachbody opportunity. Each coach's success is dedicated by their own individual work ethic. Something along those lines. See the Team Beachbody coach income disclaimer for more.
My short version of it is you're going to get what you put into this, and there is no guarantee. But fast forward, I looked at my bank statement. I was like, why did Team Beachbody pay me $300? Like, I don't understand. So it led me to picking up the phone, calling my friend, my coach, and she's like, well, you're kind of coaching. And I'm like, wait, I said I didn't want to do that, but hold on. What did I do? I don't understand why they paid me, because I led with my heart. I genuinely just helped people. I shared what I was doing, and that's all I did. And so that led me to having a one-on-one with her to kind of ask some questions. And instantly I knew right then and there that I could be the boss that I wanted to be. I could lead with my heart. I didn't have to be one of those salesy people that I definitely didn't want to be. And so I never looked back. I continued on. I've been doing this full time. I love every minute of it. Um, the income potential is so there. Again, if it is going to take your consistency, you have a team of coaches that are here to teach you. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have the bumps in the road, just like anything in life. But what's awesome is, again, you are your CEO of your own business. You literally get to run it the way you want, but you have all these teams and all these sister teams that are here to support you and help you all along the way, whether you're on an up or a down. Again, in the phases of your life, it's not where you're clocking in at a job. If you get a sick kid, it's okay. You move things around. If you have a week where you're home, you move things around. Like,
or a month and a half or two.
You're on a vacation. You bring your work with you, or you say, hey, I'm legit on a vacation. Like, but the thing about this is, it really, to me, has never felt like a job. I feel like I truly get to lead with my heart and just help people. Like, that's honestly what it is. It's the most rewarding job ever. I don't even like to call it a job, because it's just a passion of mine. And I'm so blessed and so thankful that I took a chance at just plugging into the community, and it led to all these other open doors that I truly love. And it's blessed my family. I get to be home with my kids. I'm not working 12-hour shifts, nights, days, burning myself out. So that's kind of I could go on forever, but that's my story. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I love that Jessica shared that, because it is, and it's so crazy because it's different than mine, and yet we both love what we do. Because I am very type A, I have my checklist, I like do, but it's like that doesn't have to be how it is. I will share that with my coach Michelle. Michelle's more like Jessica, where she's just like, no, like I'll just, and she has a little bit of that checklist to her, and Jessica, you do too. You have certain things that you do, but it doesn't ever feel, it just doesn't feel strained. And I think that that's one thing that I did. My coach had me do this at the very beginning. She was like, write down what you want and write down what you don't want from this opportunity. And one of the things that I said I didn't want was to feel underappreciated. So at my previous jobs, I just felt like I could put in all of the work, I could show up as a great employee, I could do all the things, and I would still feel like I wasn't valued by the company. They never wanted to hire me full time. They wanted to keep me contracted. They never want to give me benefits, like all the things that I had been asking for 5 years from the company. That finally was why I ended up quitting that job and just turning to Beachbody full time. And by full time, we don't mean 40 hours a week. For me, I mean, I do put in about 30, but when I first started, it was literally 1 hour a day when my child was napping. And then it was from that 1 hour a day of just kind of like, okay, I'm going to check in with my challenge group. I'm going to share what I'm doing. And then I'm going to connect with a couple people and see if they want to try this too. That was all. And that's still all I do. I just do more of that. And I just have more people that I connect with now. And that's why my time is increased, because I just have a lot of people that I work with now. So, I mean, that 1 hour a day changed my life. Like,
and me too. I was working 12-hour shifts in the hospital, still kids first, I was still mom mode. And I worked very small pockets for this business when I first started as a business coach. And that's the joy of this, you guys. Your phases of life, depending on what your goals are, that's where your team and your upline coach is going to help you. What is your goal with this? Okay, this is statistically what you probably are going to need to do. This power pocket, maybe it's 30 minutes a day, maybe it's an hour. Statistically, I don't think there's a lot of us that work full-time hours, because again, you learn what you need to do. And again, this is where your team comes in. We won't go into this too much, because this is what we help you guys with, but trust me, it doesn't take all day. You will find that you love this and you can get caught up with exciting to work with this, but your life still goes on. I have more time with my family. And speaking of rewards, you guys, working for a hospital for 16 years, I never I honestly never felt rewarded from the hospital. Patients, of course, but Beachbody definitely does reward you. If you are consistent in taking care of yourself and willing to share your journey, which entails helps other people, they reward you. We were supposed to be on air. Well, this would have been my third trip, earned all-inclusive reward from the company that they just wine and dine you. And they thank you literally for just helping people.
I was so excited. I was bringing my kids on this one. Braylon was going to get to, they always do fireworks. Braylon was going to get to see fireworks for the first time. I was bringing my sister-in-law with us too, because we got a 2-bedroom suite. Like, they do it right. So, and they'll do it right next year. It'll just be a couples trip next year because we already booked our couples suite next year. But it's really, as they really do show you how much they care. And, I'm praying that summit still happens in June, July. Oh my gosh, can't even think. In July, I'm praying that it can still happen. I know we won't know, because that's when all of us will get to be together again, and they're going to talk about the winners of the Beachbody Challenge. So we get to learn about the people that have worked over the course of this last year really hard on their fitness and nutrition, and that we get to see and celebrate them on stage, and celebrate the $100,000 transformation winner. And it's like, it's just that feeling of, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm part of such an amazing community that's really helping change people's lives and really helping people do some better things. Jess, I want you to share a little bit about the coach test drive, and then we'll wrap. And then if there's any questions, we'll answer questions.
So I'm so excited to build this. Traditionally, we've done this biz op or this sneak peek type call where we share a little bit more. And usually we have slides. I liked this personal one just to kind of share a story. Slides reminds me too much of school and numbers.
And we don't want any more school right now. No parent wants more school right
now. Of like average income and all that. Like, we can definitely disclose and share that with you guys. But I think we wanted to share more of the personable side. We're real people, obviously. I mean, I'm in my guest bedroom office. But the test drive group is something that we thought of because so often we get people that are so curious about this, and they're not sure if they want to make an investment to really dive into something. And so we wanted to give you guys the opportunity to really just get in the driver's seat and try it completely free. You're going to get a 5-day sneak peek. We, as upline coaches, as our team, are going to plug in there. We're going to share with you. We're going to hold your hand and literally walk you through. This is what we do. Here's what you would want to know. Here's how you put it into action. And you're going to actually get to do these little baby steps. And then you get to see, again, you're going to hear from people, and you're going to see exactly what I did, what Tamara did, and the versatile, how we started, how we work our business, and really get to test drive it. And then on Friday, so we're going to start this on the 6th. On that Friday would be the last day, and we're going to kind of follow up, and we're going to talk to you guys about, did you have time to do it? Was it too hard? Was it too easy? Were you like, wow, that was something I'm doing anyways? And then we'll talk about, of course, what does this project into income? If you did these steps and this turns into this is actually what the dollar amount would be in your pocket. This is the lives that you would change. Bonus, the 5 days you were consistent with your own health journey. So we're going to walk you guys through that. I won't share all the details here, but if you were interested in sitting in the driver's seat, where we literally are here to show you step for step what we do from that 20-minute, from that hour to a little bit more. Again, we're going to show all styles. That way you guys know, because again, not all of us are the same. We work this business very different. Some people have little ones at home. Some people don't. Some people still work full-time jobs and do this. It is all feasible. So we're going to walk you guys through. If that sounds like something you would be interested in test driving, just let us know. We'll make sure we plug you in and fill you in on the group is already built on Facebook. So we'll have all that info in there, and we'll walk through day by day with you guys.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Thank you, Jess, for putting that all together, because I know that was a lot.
No problem. I'm excited. It's going to be a really fun group. And like I said, there's literally no risk. There's no cost. You get
the free workouts.
And you get the free workouts and you get to connect. I think, worst case scenario, well, if you don't show up for the workouts, that's fine. But if not, you get 5 days of working out and feeling better or de-stressing while you're dealing with life right now.
Yeah,
but I think it's going to be really eye-opening.
Join in or not, you're going to meet other people and you're probably going to remain friends after that. Because that's the other thing too. I think sometimes with coaches, they're like, oh, if I invite these people, are they going to not talk to me if they say no? No, that I can't tell you that actually never, I'm like, I don't think that has ever happened where somebody's like, and I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm like,
no,
literally compared with you, if you want to work out with me or not, and you want to eat with me or not, and if you don't, that's okay. And so that's really what that week is, to help people kind of see what that can look like. So.
Does anybody have any questions or thoughts or things that we didn't cover that you were kind of hoping we would answer?
Or I'll unmute you, Tanya, in case you did.
Yeah.
I unmuted you, so I made you talk.
Sorry, I didn't know I was on mute.
We had an echo earlier, so we were I was like, oh, let me mute really quick. Do you guys have, Kayla, Tanya, do you guys have any questions at all?
Mm-hmm.
Does the drive sound like something you'd want to be involved with, Kayla?
Yes.
When Jessica mentioned that, I kind of thought that might be something that Kayla would like. Like, you'll be doing your own workout though, like the one that you're already sticking to.
I think that I need to be more consistent with doing it. I think that I'm committed to doing it, but I think I need, like Jess was saying about putting yourself there first. It's oftentimes your kids come first and everything else comes last if you get to it. So I think just being able to sit down and just be more consistent at doing it than getting that 1 hour, then progressing to more. I think it's probably the biggest thing right now. It's just being committed to doing it. I want to do it. It's there. I want to encourage and, build a community, but you have to be consistent with doing it. So I think that's probably the biggest thing I need to work on. And then it's not really failure, but if somebody tells you no, they're never going to talk to you again. We're not teenagers anymore. This isn't going to happen that way.
It's scary. It's scary at first because you think that's what will happen. But it really
I know, and I've kind of shared with you a little bit. My family doesn't think anything of, they don't like it. They think it's just a waste of money. They don't, a lot like what you were saying too, Jess. It's just, so there's really not a whole lot of support that. I mean, I had a friend tell me that she doesn't want to do it except for free workouts. So
and you're going to get that. I will tell you, I have prime example. Family's always going to be the hardest because they're going to be the first ones that are going to go instantly negative. And that's okay. Mm-hmm. Here's what I say. No always just means not right now. I am, no matter what, going to be the most consistent in my journey because I deserve it. I deserve health. I deserve to set a great example for my kids and whoever else out there needs that inspiration. It's not for everybody. And that is the truth. Some people have good routines, but I can tell you this right now, having done this for as long as I've done it, I have literally followed up with people in a very caring, because I genuinely care about people. It's not, I care about you only if you join me. Absolutely not. I care about everybody. And I still continue to follow up with those people. If they tell me they're going to do Weight Watchers, guess what? Next month, I'm going to follow up with them and I'm going to say, hey, how's your Weight Watchers doing? I hope you're crushing it. And they're either doing really well or they're on the struggle bus and they reach out to me. I've had people come full circle a year later, 6 months later, and they'll come back to me and say, I know I told you I thought what you did was crappy and I appreciate you checking in with me, but you're the only one that's been consistent. And I think what you're doing is probably worth checking out. So they come full circle. And guess what? I never stop checking in with them because we care about people. It's not.
What was that word my mom used to describe me? I wasn't very, she didn't use ambitious, but what was because you related it to the kids, that I had to have motivation, or what was the word she used?
I don't know.
I actually had my mom tell me once, we'll use ambition, not
it was something.
It was something along the lines of not being ambitious enough to actually do this. My mother told me that. So like right there, it's so discouraging
Do you
because,
believe that?
and then my husband fully supports me. He's all for it. You know, he's like, go ahead, you got to do something for you. Like, you enjoy it. Like, he was all for it. But lately I've noticed my mom has asked a little bit more about, like, are you doing your workouts? Like, what are you doing? So like, I need to like open up a little bit more and just be like, oh, they're doing really well. Like, this is what I was doing today. So I've noticed that to be like, get out there a little bit more. So
Personal development is a huge thing. When I was first told to do personal development, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, when do you want me to fill that in? I'm just mastering my workouts.
yeah.
I learned that personal development actually is great on audio, and I can listen to it while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, while I'm doing other things. But personal development's a big one, and it sounds like you're kind of where I was when I first started with trying to incorporate this routine for yourself, and really trying to learn to put yourself high on that. As Rachel Hollis always says, you guys, we can pour into everybody's cup all we want, but what we really need to be doing is filling our cup and overfilling, and then that just pours into everybody else. And that goes for our kids, that goes for our husbands. Sounds like your husband is very supportive, which is awesome. My husband says the same thing. He's like, don't ever quit this. He's like, it's changed you, it's made you happier, it's literally just seen this whole other blossom of a side for me. Believe it or not, I had no confidence, none. I could never give myself a compliment before Beachbody. I had a hard time accepting compliments from people. I instantly went negative. Somebody would say, you have great hair, and I'd be like, oh, is something in my hair? Like, is something wrong?
Yeah.
Like, I go negative. Personal development, girl. You need personal development. It is a game changer. And that's part of Beachbody. That's literally one of our vital behaviors as a coach, because, again, you got to take care of yourself. And I'm sure Tamara's probably got a whole list of good personal development books.
I love that you shared that, though, Jess. I love that you shared that. I mean, I can think right now, for staying consistent, the compound effect or the slight edge are really good. And then with Kayla, we've even talked about having her plug into the Melanie Mitro podcast, the Women Inspiring Women.
My favorite. I couldn't put it down. When that was my first podcast I ever listened to, and I still listen every Tuesday. Like, if she ever misses, I'm like, uh-oh, she must be sick, because like, we don't have a Tuesday.
Like, her Instagram, is Melanie sick? Yeah. But and I know Jess made the point of when you had mentioned that about what your mom had said. She said, "Do you believe that?" And I don't know if you heard her say that to you, Kayla, but that's something people will say things about us that will dictate our personality. I have been told things that still haunt me about who others have thought I was. And it's personal development is the only thing that like gets me past that. So I'm like, no, that is not who I am. I am not that person. And if I didn't continually pour into that, I could let that fuel the fire in the negative way. So
well, look at Saturday. I'm sure you guys, there was a big post on social media about a guy that had a sign basically saying, stop sharing your workouts. And it's like, you really want people to stop inspiring people right now? You really want to stop people from giving people that moment of de-stress, that moment of health? Like, I look at it as my nurse buddies. I'm like, hey, I'm doing my part to keep people healthy and out of your ER. Like, that's what I'm doing. And this last Saturday, they're estimating, Carl announced it today, that there was probably 1 million people working out on Saturday to be like, yo, dude with a sign, you're so wrong. Keep inspiring people. There's always going to be negative people in this world. Unfortunately, all we can do is be true to ourselves, be the best version of ourselves, and know what we're doing is impacting people in a good way, as long as you believe you're leading with that way.
I hear you.
oh, I hear you.
I have to go.
You're good, Kayla. Thank you for hopping on here. Tell Jeff that we said hi, and I
Thank you.
hope that you guys have a good rest of your night. And
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this too.
Hi.
Tanya, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, Tanya, did you have any questions really quick? I know that we have a little bit of time if you have some questions that you want answered.
I mean, I've done this before, and my only downfall was putting myself out there and like trying to talk to people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of that new connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tanya's worked with Michelle and Jessica is what I was like trying to figure out how we knew each other. But basically one of the things about talking to people, again, that's a lot of bit of personal development, and really you focusing on your own results within the programs. I think that the more you start to really feel a program or the nutrition or Shakeology or Energize or Cover, whatever it is that you're using and whatever program you're doing, and the community and like pouring into that, honestly, the more that you just invest in yourself, we've talked about that a lot, and that you invest in the community, whatever community group you're in, it makes it a lot easier to talk about. When I know if I'm not running an accountability group, or if I'm, kind of like down and out, like when I was postpartum, I was down and out and I really like didn't enjoy what I was doing. It was harder for me to talk to people about it. And the only thing that I could remember was, you know what? But this community is the only thing that's keeping me going right now. If I didn't have these ladies in here checking in on me every day, I don't know what I would be doing with my life. And that's when things changed for me. Like when I went through my very short period of postpartum like ness. We're not even going to call it depression because it was way beyond that. But that was really when I realized a lot for me. I'm like, wow, if I didn't have these ladies that were literally asking me how I was doing every day, I don't know where I would be. I don't know what would become of who I am. And so it's just one of those, like that part, and then pouring back in to myself through my workout, it makes it easier for me to talk to people. So when I know that something is helping me, it makes it so much easier for me to be like, I would love for you to try this because it's really helping me and I think that you would really enjoy it. And if you don't, that's okay. Because just like Jess said, I'm going to check in on you later, because that's really what we do. We make sure that we're just at that level of being a human, and a kind human who cares, who truly cares. We're not all about numbers and like big things. It's the little things every day of being consistent with ourselves and pouring that back out from the overflow of our cups.
I second that. I think for me, obviously I fell in love with the value of what it did for me. And so it made it so easy to share that. And I will say the one thing that majority of the people that are part of my team and my groups and the community is they've always said that they felt the passion behind the conversation that I had with them. And I tend to use a lot of voicemails with my peeps when I'm talking to them, but it is true. Like I fell in love personally with it. It's literally like, because we're not salespeople. We literally live by the program. We live by the nutrition. And so we're walking the walk. We're a product of the product. And what I don't mean like we're a product of all this stuff. It's we find what works for us, and we just love to help people find what works for them. Maybe that's Shakeology. Maybe that's the community. Maybe that's To Be Mindset because it's changed their mindset with nutrition. Whatever it is, there is a platform. We know this works. We know that hundreds of thousands of people have gotten results from it. It's just working on you first and really finding the value and your passion behind what you love. It just makes it so much easier to pay it forward and have those conversations. I think a lot of times, personal development again, but a lot of times we get more in our head than people are in our head. And that will prevent us from ever actually having that conversation. And you have to look at it as those people really do need that help. And if you don't offer it, they're not going to get it. The worst thing they're going to say is not right now, because they're not physically in a place or mentally in a place where they can do it. But at least you thought enough of them to bring it up, to invite them, to expose them to the community and the parts that we have to give them. Because I think of, like, I use myself as an example. Had my friend Kelsey not thought enough of me to invite me to that group, I would have never found home workouts that I could do with a 12-hour shift. I would have never found this community, the nutrition guidance. So
And
it's
Jess,
one of those
right
things.
now, you would be in a very different place. Jess would be in the ER working with COVID patients. And while Jessica has the heart of gold and is actually, I know that she had told me, she's like, I'm going to reach out to the hospital and see if I can like help. And I'm like, you know, I'm over here completely, I'm like, I'm selfish. I'm staying here in this house. Like,
It's really hard.
And so it's just one of those, like, you know, you really think about life-changing things. Kelsey saying, Jess, do you want to do this fitness group with me? Has changed Jessica's life. And I'm just going to go ahead and toot Jessica's horn because I know she won't do it. Jessica is freaking amazing. Guys, so Tanya, she is one of this coach that had so much passion. It was 2 or 3 years ago, Beachbody did this campaign and they were like, hey, we want to build we want to give money to a school, and the coach that helps the most people, we are going to give them $50,000 for their school. Jessica did that. Like she comes in the scene. I'm working with Kelsey. She comes in. She's like been a coach for like a hot minute, and like all of a sudden she earns $50,000 for her school, and they put in a ninja gym at her school. I'm like, who's this girl? And it's just because she had so much passion. She saw these workouts are working for me. The school needs this, and there's a drive. And she wasn't afraid to just share with people. And I think that month you helped 50 people. Like it was crazy. Like, because they were just people from the school that were ready to help, people in the community that were ready to help. And so that's really because she came from that heart of, look, what we have is really helpful. And if you want to try it, it's going to help the community in an even bigger way. So, and that's not like Jessica's not every month helping 50 people. Like that was a really special event. Normally we're like 3 to 5, you know, it's not, anyways,
definitely a unique opportunity. It was probably one of my proud moments for sure. And like right now, my heart is in this virtual PE. Our kids literally were abruptly stopped from school, and instantly my heart went, okay, these kids need to stay active and these parents need to keep sane. How can I merge the two? I'm going to offer virtual PE. I'm going to try to help lessen the load for the parents and keep these kiddos burning off some, you know, keeping their health too. So obviously I do have passion about health in general. And I truly do. I try to take it from the family perspective, but it's the joy of this business too is, I mean, tomorrow it can be this, today it's that, but it's all
change it up to what's really fueling your fire. Just like Jessica said, if it was to be mindset, then that's all you have to share with people. You don't have to know everything and do everything.
And you don't have to be the expert in it. That's where the team is amazing. Because it's like, hey, I didn't do this. Anybody know what workout would be good for this? Or, you know, and again, that's the team part of it. And what I mean by teams is Team Beachbody is one giant tree is how I explain it. And there's a million different branches of sister teams, and we're all just a part of it. So I'm actually a sister team to Tamra, but we're all just a big team together. And it's like the most amazing people. I love going to our live events because you truly just meet amazing people.
Yeah. I agree. So
we can obviously talk forever.
A little off tangent on that one. I hope that kind of helped answer your question. Was that helpful?
Yeah, because I think what I really need to do is kind of focus on myself to start, and then, you know, I guess see where it goes.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll be in touch after this too, and we'll kind of see where you're at, where your head is. I'll probably actually send you a voice message after this, and we'll go from there to help you get going. But I guess I could stop this recording, and then
those watching the recording, I know it got a little long.
Thank you. That did get a little wrong for anybody that did watch the playback, and that's why I put things on YouTube, because you can double time them.